Hi, today's gonna be another special episode, because next episode takes a lot of time. Next episode is going to be what I plan to do as 3 separate episodes, but it will be much easier to understand when 3 topics are combined. It will include the topics I mentioned before and more, like what disorders Arthur has and why. Today's special is going to be about hidden stuff in the movie and Batman related Easter eggs. In the very opening shot of the movie, when Arthur stretches his smile, there's a picture of Gwynplaine from The Man Who Laughs. When the Joker was first created, the inspiration for Joker's grin came from Gwynplaine. And on Hoyt's desk there's a figure which closely resembles the card that was used as inspiration for Joker. Some of the graffiti supplement the story. When Arthur is about to get beaten by the teenagers, there's a 2-word graffiti on the truck. When combined, these words become bruise him, as in bruise him. Then, after Arthur gets hit by his own sign, it says YOLO on the wall, as in you low. In comparison, when Arthur kills 2 of the guys on the train, we have a shot where it says uprise. And when Arthur gets to the public toilet, we see the word joy on the wall. There are a lot of graffiti like this in the movie. There's even one graffiti that says Joker, but it takes time to understand what it says. Here we can see that Penny is not listed as Arthur's parent. Super rats are not big as shown in other scenes. They are super because of their resilience to poison. At Murray's show in the beginning of the movie, there are many people who resemble important characters from different Batman media. It feels like Todd Phillips handpicked people for the audience. I'll point out some of them. I already showed Joker from Batman 1989 movie. Here's Martha Wayne from the universe where she became the Joker. Here's Commissioner Gordon. In the second row you can see Mrs. Chilton, that always smiling elderly woman. Next to Arthur sits younger version of Alfred from this very movie. On the other side of Arthur, there's younger versions of Bruce's parents. Let me just remind you that Martha's original hair color is black. By the way, this means that in this scene, Arthur impersonates little Bruce. This way, Bruce's parents' age in this scene fit Bruce's age in the movie. This is something I'll discuss further in my breakdown. There are more people who resemble characters from Batman, and I invite hardcore fans to identify them. This whole setup resembles Batman comics named Whatever Happened to the Caped Crusader, where the whole audience are important characters from Batman comics. By the way, interesting fact about this comic, there are actually 3 Jokers in the audience. Also, Arthur wears his pants backwards in this shot. That's an information leak of Arthur's mind. It comes to help you find the switcheroo I showed you in my first video.
Another day in Chuckletown.
In comics called Batman The Dark Knight Returns, there's a character called Abner, Joker's henchman, who closely resembles Randall. Especially in this scene where he wears similar clothes. Abner is usually seen accompanied by a robot named Bobby, which as a duo looks suspiciously similar to Randall and Gary. This comic has one of the only smoking Jokers in history. I'm actually not sure if there's another version of Joker that smokes, and this Joker smokes quite a lot. In 3rd issue of the comic, Joker gets invited to a show. Participants of the show are the host, male guest, female guest, and Joker. On the show, Joker kisses the female guest, who is sex-related professional. Dr. Sally in Joker is also sex-related professional. In the end of issue 3, Joker gets a battering in his eye, and a few pages later, Abner falls on his head 3 times in a row with blood splattering all over. Which is very similar to how Randall is killed in the movie. There are letters on top of Arthur's locket, but we never see Arthur checking them. One of them might have been a letter from Thomas Wayne saying something like, "Here's some money, never contact me again," or "Here's some money, keep the good work." In bathtub scene, Penny says, "But Happy, what makes you think you could do that? I mean, don't you have to be funny to be a comedian?" Then we cut to people scrubbing. This is probably a reference to issue 23.1 of Batman 2011, where we see flashbacks into Joker's childhood. In first flashback, we see his aunt Eunice mentioning him being a comedian, and on the next page, she's about to scrub him clean with bleach for his behavior. On the right side, you can see Joker's hand puppet, Gaggy. In another flashback, we see young Joker wear shirt and jacket of the same colors as Arthur's shirt and hoodie. In further flashbacks, we see that similarly to Arthur, young Joker barely eats and is an outcast. At Wayne's Manor, we see how little Bruce slides down a pole, similarly to how Batman and Robin were sliding down the Batpole in older Batman comics and shows. Bruce lives in the same manner that Batman lived in Batman Forever from 1995 and in Batman and Robin from 1997. This manor is actually an engineering school named Webb Institute. The phone by Arthur's bed is similar to the phone by Barbara's bed in Batman series from 1966. In Arthur's kitchen, there's a pot from Selina's apartment in Batman Returns from 1992. Did you know that this type of refrigerator is impossible to open from the inside? So this is either an overlooked mistake or a hint that things didn't exactly happen this way. Also, in scene after that, we see that the picture Arthur ripped out of a paper is labeled clown. In this scene, Arthur is secretly in rage. When Arthur comes to Sophie's apartment, he's wearing the same clothes he was wearing when he went to see Thomas Wayne.
That's the real me.
Okay.
Even though the script and the subtitles say happy, Penny definitely doesn't say that. Penny says, "I love you." Here, listen to it again.
Okay.
At Arthur's apartment, one of the pictures in the living room is similar to a picture in Batman from 1989. When Arthur prepares for Murray's show, we are shown the point where Arthur's makeup resembles Batman's mask. The lamp on the mirror in bedroom is the same type of lamp used in many variations in Batman and Robin series from 1949. When Arthur talks with Murray before the show, he's in room 404. Batman comic issue 404 was Frank Miller's rework of Batman's origin. What's even more interesting in my opinion is the story right before issue 404. It was about a delusional schizophrenic named Tommy Karma, who is sure 100% that he is Batman. He even manages to find Batcave and steal Batmobile. Well, at least that's how it looks from our perspective. From Tommy's perspective, he simply returns home and takes his rightful Batmobile, which he missed so much while he was in Arkham Asylum. It's just he was made to forget about his hideout by the drugs he was given in the asylum. The place Arthur presumably becomes Joker is right near the place where the movie started. This is the same police car that Joker rides after killing Murray. That's it for today's special. Hit the like button if you learned something new, and leave your comments below.
Increase sync rate.
Roger.